And our final stop around Alamogordo Tiger Sports is Alamogordo Boys Soccer, as we welcome in Coach Andres Montoya and his group of seniors that he's brought here with us. Coach, first of all, how are you doing?
I am great. Finally happy to be back with you.
Yeah, happy to be talking about Tiger Sports and Tiger Soccer, and certainly happy to have this group of guys in here. You want to introduce this group of seniors you brought with you?
Yeah, absolutely. So our senior starting keeper, obviously Dakota Shelton's been with the program for many years. Actually, all these guys have. And going down the road, we've got Wade Condito. Next to Wade, we've got Simon Williams. We have Nick Landry also joining us, our senior class, who's been part of the program for many, many years. So I'm glad that they finally are getting the opportunity to do this with you. I know they're pretty excited.
Absolutely. Guys, everybody doing good?
Hey, yes, sir. How are you?
Fantastic. Happy to have everybody here with us. Coach, I mean, I know it's been a long slog. I know you guys have been active in doing pods as much as you possibly could over the last few months, but first of all, how was it to get practice going the last couple of days in a normal way?
Let's say it's surreal, and I want to give as much credit to the entire team, programs, all the underclassmen. From day one, we preached the only way we're going to do this is we do this together safely, right? We have to do it all COVID safe, make sure we check off all the boxes, and everybody's been a big part of that. Knock on wood, we've done that safely up to this point. Probably I think we're in week 6 now of in-person workouts. So going forward, we've got another 30 days or so. Hopefully an extra week at the end of that, and these boys are dedicated to the cause. I'm very excited to finally get out there on the field.
Absolutely.
Feels great.
Dakota, I mean, having a normal practice, what was that like for you on Tuesday and to have it the last couple of days?
I mean, it was pretty fun. I don't know, it just felt weird because I got used to just practicing with the same 4 people, so we were all doing our own thing out in our groups and whatnot. It was fun, though.
In terms of working in the pods, did you feel like you were able to improve on some skills over the last few weeks that can get you ready for the season?
Not really for me, because I'm a goalie. The only time I really improve my skills is whenever I'm able to be in goal, and with pods I was only able to do field skills.
So you were able to work on something, but now you're finally getting to work on the actual goalie part of it. Was it a big change for you when you finally started working in the goal the last couple of days?
It was a big relief.
Yeah.
I was glad to be back in it.
Okay, very good. Wade, how's it been working in pods? Have you felt like there's been some things you can gain from that?
I think it benefited like the younger group a little bit more than the older group because it kind of showed them the pace we'd play at and, like how much room of improvement there is. So, yeah.
And I'm sure for them it was a whole new world when you guys started practicing normal yesterday.
Yeah.
Is that fair to say?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. And for you, I mean, finally getting back to regular practice, what was that feeling like for you?
It was kind of weird at first because, you're stuck with 4 people, and we did that for a long time, and we were all allowed to play with each other again. It was kind of weird.
Did you start getting your rhythm a little bit and feeling kind of normal out there?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Good deal. Simon, getting back out there and practicing this week, what was it like for you?
I gotta say it was kind of tiring because we went back into 2-hour practices from 50 minutes, and honestly, it's a lot of hard work, but we're gonna get through it and do what we need to do.
Getting back into shape a little bit.
Yeah.
How did pods help you out at all over the last few weeks?
Yeah, it definitely helped me get back to a higher fitness level. I've been sitting around a little bit during quarantine, but I tried my best.
It's nice to be back into that. Nick, I mean, how about you? What was the big difference for you getting back into regular practice? Was it a whole different world for you?
It was. But it was nice being able to get back into the normal practices and we get out of that chemistry flowing with the team again. So.
What's the biggest difference? Is there any translation between playing the pods and playing a normal soccer match? I mean, is it just 2 completely different worlds?
It's pretty different. With the pods, we can't really do the drills necessary or the scrimmages. But with normal practices, we got all the
skills.
all the necessary experience and skills.
Yeah. Okay. Coach, it's here's the biggest thing about this is obviously everybody's dealing with the same thing you guys are. So, whether it's conditioning, whether it's the skills, whether it's just having the chemistry, everybody seems to be on a pretty level playing field, right?
I would think so, and it really gave us a different look from something we've done in the past. This is my 4th year in the program, and this completely skewed everything I thought what preseason was supposed to be. It made you take a different look on how we get the most out of our athletes, and yes, we didn't get to talk much about formations in those pods and really execute in the way that the boys are used to, but we actually got to work on a lot of the touch, passing, some shooting drills that maybe we don't give as much attention to during normal play.
And, I mean, in terms of strategy, in terms of getting the team ready for the season, obviously, I mean, everybody's having to adjust. I mean, have you found a way that, this you feel like is going to get this team as ready as quickly as they can? I mean, what are some of the, you and the coaches trying to focus on here over the next week or so before games start?
It's kind of scary because the amount of time that we've devoted way more time this season because of the pod situation. You really have to meticulously think your process and to how everyone is going to absorb that in a limited amount of time. But, of course, the past couple of days have completely changed that whole outcome and process. We're in a fortunate situation that we are ahead of some of our rivals because our district went into hybrid earlier. So we got to go down on the field earlier. So we have a good strategic advantage in that thing. So we've actually talked a lot about formations and how we plan to execute and where kids are going to play. So hopefully we're able to take it to them on the 13th.
Yeah, and of course you guys open up against Deming at home coming up on the 13th. And I should mention you guys are going to try some streaming options, right, to try and stream the games?
Absolutely. So one of our athletes' grandfather passed, unfortunately, late last year, and he was at all the games. Would travel to Hobbs, farthest corners of the state, to watch him play and be a big supporter of all Tiger sports. And it wasn't just soccer; it was girls soccer and football and basketball, everything in between. So in his honor, in lieu of donating flowers, they asked for donations to help us buy the equipment to stream. So with that, we've bought the equipment to live stream on Facebook Live, Alamogordo Tiger Soccer. You can look it up pretty easily. And then we're also going to live stream on YouTube. I'm working on our Tiger Soccer YouTube channel. We'll be live streaming all those games as well for mom and dad to watch anytime. And just like listening to you on the radio, we can always listen anytime thereafter. You don't have to listen live, or watch live. It'll be great. So we're very, very grateful to our soccer family community, anybody who donated to make that available to us. Greatly appreciate it.
One of the things I think I've talked with all the athletes about is, having appreciation for being able to be back into sports. I mean, Nick, talk about not being able to be involved in soccer over the last, 6 months or so. What was that experience like for you?
It was honestly really stressful because I was stuck at home, not much to do, or that are working. But as soon as I got out, all those emotions were able to let go and see friends again. So it was nice. And
in terms of your appreciation for the game, I mean, what do you appreciate most about getting the opportunity to play soccer again?
Probably the friendships and the experiences you can build with those friends, family, and everyone that's around.
Simon, I'd ask you the same thing. What's the longest time you had gone without playing soccer before this year, probably?
I've been playing soccer like every year of my life, and I never really took breaks until, I guess now, this was the first time we've ever had a long break in between any period of soccer. I used to play back in Germany, so we'd have a winter season and a summer season, so we'd constantly play year-round. And now that we've had this long break, it really felt weird not having anything to do, sitting around at the house all day. But now that we're back on the field, I gotta say I really enjoy playing soccer to the fullest.
And you'll appreciate it even more for your senior year, I would imagine. Wade, I mean, your appreciation for the game, I mean, you love it. You've played it for so long. Is it at a different level right now for what we've had to go through over the last year or so?
I believe so. I believe it's going to be a lot more competitive than it was previous years just because, it's a rare opportunity for us to get out there right now.
Dakota, I mean, how about you in terms of getting back out there on the field and just getting to be a part of the game again? What's been your thought process with all of that?
At first I was really bummed because I didn't think we were gonna have a season at all. I was always only bummed whenever I was thinking about it. Then I was like, wow, I really don't get a senior year, so pretty good opportunity to be able to get my senior year back.
Yeah.
Try and make something.
Yeah. Coach, I mean, that's the other thing is, all the seniors, and I mean across the board, the juniors, everybody, this is a group of kids that's having to go through things that, we never had to go through it. I mean, it's the resiliency of trying to be able to deal with this. It is an immense challenge, and, we were talking a little before the show. You're proud of how these guys have handled all of this.
Oh, immensely. Between the coaching staff, their families at home who aren't here, brothers and sisters, mom and dad, obviously they're doing all the right things to make sure that these guys have the opportunity to play. So, I mean, when I tell them thank you, from the bottom of my heart, truly, we appreciate all the hard work and dedication they've put to get us here. And we've got a little way to go. We're going to see it through. We're going to finish strong. But beyond it, I keep telling the boys, we talk a lot about practice, and every day there's something new. News changes. APS is now playing. What does our game schedule look like? Every day you kind of have to be ready for the unexpected. And I tell the boys, honestly, I never thought that we would get this far safely. I thought we'd have a hiccup here or there, and luckily we've continued to do the right thing, and we're on the right track to continue to do the right thing. I know I keep saying knock on the wood, right? Everybody's here. Don't jinx it. I'm not jinxing by any means. These guys are dedicated to the cause. Their families are dedicated to the cause. The staff and all the support from the school district has been tremendous in making sure that we're doing all the right things. So we actually have this opportunity.
Well, and I think there's, the immense joy of just getting a chance to play, but you guys also want to win, and you want to do well. And, you talked about going out there and taking it to them there a little bit of the season. What's your expectations for this group? Obviously, you feel you've got a skilled group with you.
I think these guys can answer that question.
Well, Dakota, what are your expectations? What do you want out of this senior year? You got a month of soccer to play. What are you hoping to get out of the next month or so?
Usually I'd say like to win it all in that, but I'm more focused on just trying to make some memories with my friends. It would be awesome if we go all the way. I'm just excited to be here.
Just to get an opportunity. Wade, in terms of expectations, I'm sure you guys want to win. That's why you go out there and compete. Do you feel like you got a talented group around you this year?
Oh, yeah, sure. I believe we do. I think we can get far, but, my main focus this year, I know we all want to win in that, but the main thing I'm focused on this year is trying to get the younger guys, up, or just to do better, so they're ready for their next season, all the younger kids.
So you want to keep the legacy of Tiger Soccer moving along.
Sure.
Simon, expectations or more importantly, what do you want to get out of this next month of playing soccer?
Yeah, of course we're trying to win it all, but as Wade said, we're also trying to help bring the younger kids up and bring them into an area where they can win next year as well, and continue on how well we're going to be playing for a couple of years.
And, I think that's something we've talked about with previous Tiger Soccer is, Nick, it's about there's a little bit of a legacy. There was a state championship a couple of years ago, and there's, you guys want to keep that kind of positive momentum rolling with the program. Is that something that you think about going into this year at all?
Yes, sir, I do. And with our new group of kids we have, I see a lot of dedication and skill, and they have a very strong drive to win, and it's a good thing to see.
Okay. Coach, we got these four guys here. Who else should be watching out for with Alamogordo Boys Soccer this year?
I just want to jump in there and tell them that these boys are humble because when they're at practice, they don't talk like this. Coach, we're going to win it all. Yeah. Did you see that kid? Did you see what he just did? We're going to win it all. We're going to surprise everybody. And they're being humble for being on the radio. The varsity experience would probably be pretty low. I think we talked the other day. We said, hey, who has varsity experience? Maybe 7 kids rose their hand. So with a full roster and a lot of younger kids, I'm telling you, Charles, when you get out there, you're going to see him. You're like, is that the same kid? He grew 1.5 feet.
Yeah.
I realize it's been a long time since we played, but a lot of these kids have put in some hard work in the off season. These ones included, even though they say, hey, they got lazy, and it's hard to keep a head right and think, is it going to happen? Is it going to happen? We're here. We're there. It's happening. We have a schedule. Again, we have a unique advantage of our district. Yeah. Who's a little behind for the neighbors. So we're going to use that to our advantage and make sure we execute and win some games. I'm telling you, every year we talk about what we're going to do to surprise people. This is just something that's very unique and special.
Yeah. And again, who else should we be looking out for this year among the outside of these 4 guys?
So your longtime returning varsity letterman is Alan Darnold. Yeah. Obviously, a key striker. He is going to be a big force for us on the offensive side. One that you probably won't recognize on the field is Zach Sell, sophomore this year. He's huge. He's grown. He spent hours at the gym. I think the other day he said, Coach, I was doing 5 hours in the gym every day. It's like, wow, good for you. His brother.
That's what he used his quarantine for, right?
Exactly. So, it was for good use. His brother, Matt Sell, thank God they stayed. I think Dad was supposed to get PCS'd and leave town, and they decided to stay because they wanted to play with these kids, this group of kids. So, appreciate to see them, and a lot of great JV talent. Adam Hoppus, we've got Wyatt Holt, Dylan Curlin, wide variety, Jesus Ochoa. I could go on and on and on, and I've got some great goalies. Coda has been with the program for many years, right? And we're like, who's going to take over Coda after he leaves? We really didn't know going into the season. I've got 2 great underclassmen. We were able to convince a basketball player, John Henry Cifuentes, to come over and give it a shot. He's very athletic, and I've got a junior with Sammy Myers, who actually runs cross country, so trying to do both. And he is huge. I don't think he needs to jump to touch the top of the goal. He's great. He owns it. So we've got a lot of great momentum, as you said, going forward. And that's a lot of what these boys have been telling the other kids. Listen, once we're done with this in April, we're really going to have a conversation about, oh man, it's time to go again for the fall. And hopefully there's 20 more games before the calendar year is over.
Absolutely. We hope that's the case. Everybody's a senior here. We'll start with you, Dakota. I mean, what's the plan? I mean, is soccer something you want to continue after high school? Have you thought about your college plans yet?
I'm not really planning to go to college. I already have all my stuff set up. I'm going to the Marines on August 30th.
Thank you for your service already. We appreciate you doing that.
Thank you.
Wade, I mean, how about you? Where are you headed? What's coming up next for you after high school?
Kind of the same as Dakota. I don't really want to go to college because I just think it's too much. So I'm trying to get into Border Patrol.
Okay.
I got the interview date scheduled, so hopefully it goes well.
All right. We certainly hope it goes well as well. I would say for both of you guys, going to try to play soccer, intramural, other stuff, outside to try to keep that going. Wade, is that something you want to try to keep playing after high school in some way?
I mean, unless I got like a super good offer, probably not.
Dakota, obviously you're being the Marines, but is it a sport you hope to continue playing in some fashion as you go forward?
In some branches, I've seen videos of where Marines will meet up and they actually just play soccer to get themselves, and they have their own little league. And if the base I'm stationed at happens to have it, I'll join.
Simon, what's coming up next for you?
Yeah, well, I'm planning on going to college. I'm looking into IT, probably, more than likely. And if my college offers soccer, of course I'm going to try to get there. But otherwise, I'm just planning on getting a good job, living out the rest of my life.
Focusing on your schoolwork.
Yes, sir.
All right. Nick, how about you, buddy?
I plan on going to the trade schools. I plan on getting my lineman certification over in Cruces.
Okay.
And for soccer, same as Wade said, if I manage to get an offer, I'll probably accept it. But if not, I'm just sticking to working. So.
Okay, fantastic. Is it hard to believe that graduation's coming up here in 3 months? Usually when we're talking to soccer, we're not talking about this stuff yet. Are you guys excited for graduation?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Half and half. Yeah.
Pretty nervous.
Okay.
I don't know what kind of ceremony we're going to have, but hopefully we have something.
Hopefully by maybe this year we'll have something a little bit closer to normal. That would be great. Well, we'll see what happens this season. Again, you guys get started at home coming up on the 13th of March, and the nice thing is you get almost full 2 weeks of practice to get in before the first game of the season.
Yeah, that's very unique. Usually once we do tryouts, it's 5 mandatory practice days, and they throw that first game on you after the 5th day. So a cram jam schedule, this is no different. It's been a high-paced. We've done uniform issues. We did team photos last night. We're here with you today, and we've got 2 more days of practice, and then finally get a rest day. So a week ahead, I think is going to do us some good. Of course, Deming, they have some talent in the underclassmen. We knew what they were capable of last year, and I really think that we've got a lot of unique talent. We're changing a few things on this side to make sure we're successful on both ends of the ball, defensive, offensively, and we're gonna do well. The unique schedule that we have this year because of the 10 games condensed. We were talking before the interview was the double headers that we're gonna have. So on the 20th we play Centennial and Las Cruces in the same day. Both very tough opponents, but these guys are up for the task.
Yeah, it's gonna, no doubt. That's gonna be some big challenges coming up. I think girls soccer, same thing. I think volleyball, girls soccer, and you guys are doing all the same thing on the same day. It's pretty wild. So
where you find time, I don't know, but it's all right. You guys can.
it's gonna be interesting.
Watch us on YouTube, right?
Yep.
Yes, you guys are gonna be YouTube famous.
Yeah. There you go.
Don't be nervous,
guys. We appreciate the time. Wish you the best of luck this season. Hope it's a great year for you. Okay.
Thank you for your time. We appreciate you.